Candice, thanks for being with us. You were recently appointed to the Thunder Bay Police Services Board Independent Expert Panel. What are you hoping to bring to the panel?
Thank you, Dennis. It's my pleasure to be here today. I participated in a investigation with the then Senator and Honorable Murray Sinclair in 2017 and 2018, and I was legal counsel to him for that investigation. So what I think I'm bringing to this expert panel is my experience and the knowledge I gained through that process, and I'm quite familiar with the circumstances, the history, and the current circumstances of policing in Thunder Bay.
And that history almost seems to be repeating. We have a police service that currently has a suspended chief, a suspended deputy chief, a police services board that's recently mostly resigned and facing human rights complaints. Why was this a role that you wanted to accept?
That's a very good question. And I've been thinking a little bit about that because given my previous experience and everything that we heard during the investigation in 2017 and 2018, I feel a deep commitment to the people, in particularly the First Nations people in Thunder Bay, to try and sort out what the fundamental issues are with respect to policing in Thunder Bay, and not just the Indigenous people, but also the everybody in Thunder Bay deserve to have a police force and a police board that is functional, that delivers effective policing in that city. So it's really about my commitment to the people to make this right.
The expert panel is holding a series of community meetings next week in Thunder Bay. What do you think you'll be hearing?
Unfortunately, due to prior commitments, I am not able to be at that community meeting, but I suspect what they're going to hear is similar to what we heard in 2017, and that is anecdotes about things that have happened in the past, people's encounters with the police force, the culture of the police force, how inattentive the senior executives are with respect to policing Indigenous people in Thunder Bay. So I think they're going to hear firsthand what it is like to be living and to be a resident in Thunder Bay and to be policed by the Thunder Bay Police Service.
Well, these issues, have been in the spotlight for maybe the last 5 or so years. People there know, Indigenous people know this has been going on for decades. Indigenous leaders and others have called for this police service to be dismantled. Do you believe there is a way to repair relationships and restore confidence in the Thunder Bay Police Service?
One of the things we found in Senator Sinclair's report was that relationships were key to policing in Thunder Bay. And it will be interesting as we go through the expert panel process to find out how the Thunder Bay Police Services Board have implemented the recommendations of that report. And so the relationships that need to be developed, maintained, and nourished between the police community and the rest of the community, and particularly the Indigenous community in Thunder Bay, is absolutely critical. And if any changes are going to be made, there has to be a commitment amongst the people who oversee the police service, in other words, the Police Services Board, as well as the police service themselves. They have to be committed to address these issues in a very sincere and focused way. And I think that if the proper people are in place, there is some hope. And there's also the issue of looking at the governance structure of the policing in Thunder Bay. That's something else we have to take a look at to see where the flaws are and what's broken down and how can that be either repaired or looking at different options that can be presented.
Candice, we'll have to leave it there, but appreciate you taking some time and wish you all the best in the work ahead.
Many thanks to you, Will Allen.